All right, we're at the top of the hour, so let's go ahead and get started. I want to welcome everyone to our live Saturday morning presentation. Today we're going to look at the essential greens. Synergy Worldwide had a product called Core Greens, and at the beginning of September they discontinued the Core Greens, and in its place we now have Essential Greens. I actually had it this morning in my morning shake. Quite frankly, I can't tell much of a difference. It doesn't seem to be quite as strong as what the original Core Greens was. I've had a couple conversations with regards to customer service with regards to this product, and when I look at the ingredient list, it looks to me like it's the same ingredient list that was the Core Greens. I can't necessarily see any difference. They're all listed in the same sequence as what the original one was. But it does come in the single-serve packets. One of my concerns was how it was going to pour out of the single-serve packets, because I noticed that the Core Greens that I have in the canister, when I use my scooper, there's static electricity that that causes it to cling together. And when I poured it out of the packet, there wasn't any issue like that. So they most likely have done something with regards to the structure of how it pours to make sure that they can put it into these packets. And quite frankly, for people who are using Core Greens, especially the ones that are in the canisters, this was actually going to make it a whole lot more convenient for people to take their Core Greens. Now, I don't have a large customer base, but I do have a good customer base that gets the Core Greens in canisters as opposed to the capsules. And I know Bob Wishmeyer is on the call this morning, the webinar this morning, and he prefers the capsules. But for my clients that are using the canisters, this will actually be most likely more convenient for them, because they'll have the single-serve sticks. If they choose to travel, instead of having to put their canister in their travel bag and have the potential for that canister to open up in their luggage, they can just put the number of single-serve sticks in their luggage and carry it with them. Or if they like taking this to work and putting it in some type of drink that they have at work, again, this just makes it a whole lot convenient, or a whole lot more convenient for them to travel. So with this in mind, what I did is I took the Core Greens presentation that I had created, and I basically updated it to the Essential Greens. I don't yet have this up as a YouTube video. I'll be doing that sometime this coming week, and then I'll send that YouTube video URL to Bob Wishmeyer so that Bob can do two things. One, he can post it up on the Global Health Makeover website so that everyone would have it available. And then the second thing that he would need to do is take down the old Core Greens video and just replace it with this new Essential Greens. And I'll do a non-branded version. And so this morning, for the first 20 minutes, I just want to go through what will be the presentation with you. As I go through the presentation, if you have any questions, just write them down for now. And then at the end of the presentation, I'll address any questions that you might have. And then we'll also look at marketing. I spent some time this morning before our presentation to go on Google and start searching for the number of vegetarians that are now in the United States, because this is your market, and it's quite significant. So we'll talk about that. We'll talk about some marketing strategies, ponds to fish in that this product would resonate with, and then also a short email that you could use to send to people. Because again, you might not know whether your family and friends are vegetarians or are leaning towards wanting more plant-based nutrition. You don't have to be vegetarian to want to use Essential Greens, but if you're looking to increase the amount of vegetables into your diet, again, Core or Essential Greens is a great product to do that, and I've incorporated that into this presentation. So let's go ahead and I'll share the presentation in this first 20 minutes, exactly what I'm planning to do for the video. Here we go. In today's video, we're going to talk about Essential Greens and how it can effectively address 5 keys to optimal health. But first, let me ask you a question. Have you ever heard of green fusion technology? Most people have a quizzical look on their face when they ask this question, but it goes away when they understand that the technology started with juicing. People would take organic grasses and extract the nutrients into liquid form, This evolved into frozen, fresh, or encapsulated forms that you could add to your diet. Today, it has risen to an advanced process that concentrates chlorophyll and other photosynthetic elements from grasses and vegetables into a convenient and easily digestible form to help protect healthy cells, support the immune system, and act as a natural detoxifier. In fact, a good green fusion product will provide all the necessary ingredients to meet the 5 keys to optimal health and nutrition. These 5 keys are antioxidant protection and free radical damage. Health experts agree that free radical damage at the cellular level is one of the key factors in aging and disease formation. Antioxidants are our best defense against the daily damage these free radicals try to inflict on our cells. The second key is nutritional diversity and abundance. It's important to consume a variety of nutritious foods in proper combinations because certain nutrients and their cofactors synergistically act together to provide greater health benefits. The third key is proper digestion and absorption. Proper digestion is critical to the absorption of nutrients so that our bloodstream can deliver them to our cells. Digestive enzymes help our digestive tract operate more efficiently and effectively. Detoxification is our 4th key to optimal health and nutrition. Every day we're exposed to destructive toxins that over time gradually weaken our immune system. This allows diseases to gain a foothold in our body. Chlorophyll and other plant-based substances help to prevent this buildup and act as excellent detoxifiers. And the 5th key to optimal health is the acid-alkaline balance. The typical American or Western diet consists mainly of red meat, dairy products, grain, and dark cola drinks. This kind of food consumption constitutes an acidic diet. Too many acids can adversely affect your body. Plus, this gives most diseases the desired environment from which to grow and spread. Your body is designed to be slightly alkaline and will do whatever it takes to maintain its alkaline balance. Now, before we examine essential greens and how it can maximize these 5 keys to optimal health and nutrition, I'd like to highlight a study on the power of a plant-based diet to harness this green fusion technology. Lindsay Tanner is an AP medical writer, and she highlighted a study out of the October issue of Neurology. The study involved 3,718 Chicago area men and women aged 65 and older. Chicago is the land of deep dish pizza and all beef hot dogs, so sometimes the only vegetables consumed are the glow-in-the-dark relish added to the hot dog. These participants were followed for 6 years, and what the researchers found was startling. On measures of mental sharpness, older people who ate more than 2 servings of vegetables daily appeared about 5 years younger at the end of the 6-year study when compared to those who ate few or no vegetables. And the other startling observation from the study was that the consumption of fruit had no effect on cognitive function. This means a diet rich in vegetables is key. This study reminded me of an observation made many years ago by Thomas Edison. Quote, "Until man duplicates a blade of grass, nature can laugh at his so-called scientific knowledge. Remedies from chemicals will never stand in favor compared to the products of nature, the living cell of the plant, the final result of the rays of the sun, the mother of all life." End of quote. And green fusion technology seeks to optimize the nutritional components of grasses by harnessing the power of chlorophyll and other photosynthetic elements found in the vegetable world. Essential Greens from Synergy Worldwide utilizes advanced green fusion technology to concentrate chlorophyll and other photosynthetic elements from grasses and vegetables into a convenient, easily digestible form. Before we look at the ingredients in this product, here are the stated benefits. Essential Greens will help protect healthy cells, support the immune system, and act as a natural detoxifier. Essential Greens has a high concentration of antioxidants to help protect you from free radical damage. Essential Greens is nutritionally diverse to provide an abundance of vitamins, minerals, trace minerals, enzymes, amino acids, and essential fatty acids to aid in proper digestion and absorption. Essential greens provide an alkalizing effect to help you successfully follow a pH balancing program. To help accomplish these benefits, essential greens contains the following key ingredients. Wheatgrass. Properly produced wheatgrass contains over 100 vitamins, minerals, amino acids, enzymes, essential fatty acids, and antioxidants. It is highly regarded because it can single-handedly support the human body. In addition to revitalizing and energizing your body, wheatgrass also offers a concentrated amount of chlorophyll to enhance immunity and support healthy cell metabolism. Barley grass. This grass has been shown to support healthy cholesterol levels already within a normal range. Studies also support the antioxidant benefits of barley grass to fight free radicals. Many consider barley grass to be the most nutritionally well-balanced of all the green foods. Lemongrass. Lemongrass has been used for centuries. Herbalists use lemongrass to support the nervous, digestive, and immune system. It's also highly regarded for its healing qualities. Artichoke leaf. While most people prefer to eat the heart of artichokes, it is the leaf that actually contains the vast majority of its nutrients, minerals, and phytonutrients like quercetin and rutin to provide health benefits. According to the 2004 United States Department of Agriculture study on antioxidant-rich fruits and vegetables, artichokes ranked in the top 4 for vegetables and 7th overall. Cucumber fruit. Many people think this is a vegetable, but it's really a nutritious fruit that contains phytonutrients such as flavonoids, lignans, and terpenins, which have antioxidant, anti-inflammatory, and anti-cancer benefits. Okra pods. This vegetable has been a 3,500-year history of providing medicinal benefits. It's high in vitamin C and folate, and its fiber has long been used to aid in digestion while helping to stabilize blood sugar levels. Cruciferous vegetables, kale, cabbage, and broccoli are part of a family of vegetables called cruciferous vegetables. They are a natural source of phytonutrients, including indoles, that help protect against cell damage and modulate the body's natural metabolism. Plus, essential greens includes celery seeds, parsley leaves, spinach leaves and stems, tomato fruit, peppermint leaves, rosemary leaves, sage leaves, spearmint leaves and flowers, and thyme leaves to help protect against cell damage and aid in nutrition. That's a pretty impressive lineup of ingredients, all designed to effectively address the 5 keys to optimal health and nutrition. Plus, it's cost effective. Wheat, barley, and lemongrass are fairly expensive. And while prices are going to vary from store to store, I went to the Whole Food store where I live. Let's just look at one ingredient, wheatgrass. I could buy a 16-ounce bag for $15.99 and then take it home to juice it. To save myself time and cleanup, I could instead buy a 12-ounce package of frozen wheatgrass already in liquid form. That ran $17.99 or $1.50 per 1-ounce shot. Or I could save myself travel and preparation time and use essential greens that contains wheatgrass and 18 additional ingredients. With 30 servings per box, this is substantially less than anything I could put together through a Whole Foods program. Absolutely more cost effective while providing me with all the following benefits. Phytonutrients to protect healthy cells, support the immune system, and act as a natural detoxifier. Antioxidants to combat free radicals and help counter cell damage. Chlorophyll to enhance the immune system and protect cells. Alkalizing formula to hydrate and detoxify the body while helping to maintain proper pH. Diverse greens to enhance energy and provide an abundance of vitamins, minerals, trace minerals, enzymes, amino acids, and essential fatty acids to aid in proper digestion and absorption. Bottom line, essential greens is an easy method to shortcut the process of eating and preparing your 2 to 4 servings of vegetables per day, all while still delivering the benefits of a plant-based nutrition program. If this makes sense to you, and you see essential greens as a viable and convenient option to help optimize your health and nutrition, then please get back to the person who shared this video with you. They're passionate about helping others, and essential greens can be a foundational product on which to build a healthy life. So that's the presentation. I didn't time it out, but it looks like it's going to end up being about a 12-minute presentation. Certainly when I go to do this as a YouTube video, I was a little rough in my read-through on my script this morning. That's the nice thing, that when I do these on YouTube, I'm able to run this on a Camtasia program. If I make mistakes, I can correct those mistakes. I can do my editing, and then when I render the final product and put it up on YouTube, it sounds like it's supposed to. So do I have any questions from anyone with regards to what you've seen so far on essential greens, ingredients, or any of the benefits, or these 5 keys to optimal health? So that if you've got questions, let's address them now, and then we'll talk about how to market this product.
So Janice and Bob, I have a question.
Go ahead.
Yeah, at the beginning of the presentation, you mentioned that in your research, you couldn't really find any difference between essential greens and core greens. In your conversation with Synergy, did they explain why they've changed this, or what's the difference?
Well, my conversations with customer service, is what was indicated to them is that there was more fruit involved in it. And again, I've got core greens sitting on my shelves because I bought some extra, because I've got a core group of customers that buy core greens from me. They usually buy 2, some of them buy 6 at a time from me. And so I wanted to make sure that I had enough of the core greens in stock to take care of them. And then I also have a box of essential greens here, and that I can send them a single-serve packet of the new essential greens for them to be able to use that and understand that in the future that's what it's going to go to. Now, when I took the ingredient list for core greens and I took the ingredient list for essential greens, and I've done this twice and maybe I'm missing something, but when I go through the supplement facts on the side of the box for essential greens and on the back of the canister for core greens, they're listed. I didn't find any difference between the two. They're listed in the same order, and I didn't find any additions or subtractions. So I'm not sure. And when I brought that to the attention of customer service, they weren't sure. So I'm not completely sure yet. One of my concerns, Bob, was how it was going to pour out of the packet. And when I did it this morning, it's the first time that I've used the essential greens in my morning shake, it poured out fine. Now, it doesn't have the same granular texture as what the Pro Arginine does. It still has the type of texture that I saw from the core greens in the canister. But one of my concerns was that static electricity would hold it up on the end of the packet. Like when you tear off the packet and pour it out, sometimes things, when they get a static electricity to them, they'll cling to the end of that packet. It didn't do that. It poured out fine into my morning shake. When I smelled it, it didn't smell quite as intense as what maybe the smell of the core greens in the canister is. When I put it in my shake today, I didn't feel that the taste of the core greens was as intense as what of the essential greens was as intense as the core greens. So I'm not completely certain yet what the difference is, and I don't think customer service is completely sure what the difference is. And I'll wait till Shane gets back from Europe, and then I'll ask him, who I could talk to get a little bit more knowledge about this.
Okay. Yeah. Thank you very much.
Yeah. So I'm not. Again, I'm not much help in answering your question, but that at least tells you what my conversation's been.
I appreciate it. And in the research that I did, I couldn't find any difference either. That's why I was curious. So I would just go with this. Thank you.
Yeah, and what I can see, Bob, is just from a convenience standpoint, I know that you prefer the canister or the capsules, and that you bought some extra boxes of capsules to be able to have them in stock to use core greens. You know, I use core greens in my morning shake, and so the canister is no issue for me. I have like I said, I have a core group of people who buy core greens from me, and from a convenience standpoint, the single-serve packets will most likely be just as easy for them to use, and if they want to do any traveling, makes it a whole lot more convenient for people to take their core greens with them. Anyone else have any questions before we begin to look at maybe some marketing for this?
Very good morning, Dan. It's Donald.
Yes, Donald.
You said when you applied it to your shake. Can you kind of give us an idea as to what makes up your shake?
Sure. I do what I call my ORAC shake. I still need to do an updated video on this, but my ORAC shake is a base of almond milk, and then I throw in a shot glass of Mystica. Then I add in 2 scoops of the vanilla health shake, 1 scoop of the chocolate health shake, and then I throw in a scoop of essential greens. Well, in this case, it was a packet of essential greens. When I was using core greens, it would be a full scoop of core greens. And then I have a product that I get from someone else down in Texas called flax whole lignans, because this is not flaxseed. These are the hulls of flaxseed. The inside of the flaxseed, the inside of the hull of the flaxseed, there are what are called lignans. And they developed an extraction process that doesn't allow it to go rancid. And that's the problem with the inside of the hulls of lignans, is no one could figure out the technology so that when you extracted them, they would go rancid in a very short period of time. Well, these people have figured out the process, and so I use that specifically because lignans stimulate your body's ability to produce lignans, which specifically target melanoma and colon cancer, breast cancer, and a few other things. Now, I use it because I had a melanoma about 5 or 7 years ago, and so I use it specifically to help prevention standpoint. Now, in addition to that, I throw in about maybe a little bit more, about 3/4 of a cup of spinach, and then I throw in 2/3 of a cup of frozen mixed berries, about 1/2 cup of frozen strawberries. I add to that maybe a tablespoon of sunflower butter. When I went on the Whole30 program, I had to drop out some things that I was eating, like toast in the morning, because I basically last October went gluten-free. So in the Whole30 program, you can't have any type of grain. Now, so I was lacking calories, and what used to be a shake that would last me until about noontime, I would typically make this about 7 in the morning and have it, and I could go until about 12 noon before I'd get hungry. Well, I was getting hungry at 10:30. So a friend of mine suggested that I add sunflower or one of the butternuts, and I tried a bunch of different ones, almond butter and other things, and I hated the taste of them. You can't use peanut butter because peanut has a lot of allergens. So I found sun butter, and I found sun butter without sugar but with salt, and it tastes just like peanut butter. So I add that, and it's amazing. It brings me back up to that 12 o'clock noontime before I get hungry. And so I have that, and I blend that into my blender, and I drink that every morning. It makes about an 18-ounce shake for me, and that's what I have for my morning.
Thank you, Dan.
You're welcome. So I'll eventually do an updated video on it, and I'll put on that updated video the nutritional profile of what I'm eating, the number of calories that I consume through it, and I have that almost every morning, unless I go travel, and then I can't do it. But every morning that I'm here at home, that's my morning breakfast. Now I found a gluten-free whole grain bread out of Europe called SCAR, S-C-H or S-C-K-A-R. It's phenomenal. Most of the gluten-free breads are terrible in taste. This is just outstanding. So now I have a piece of toast in the morning to go with that. Anyone else have any questions with regards to anything on the presentation on core greens before we start talking about marketing? Okay, so let's go into marketing. All right, here are your markets: vegetarians, vegans, health-conscious people. Now, before we talk about techniques to create interest, let me go to this next slide. This morning I did, again, some research on Google, and I found two things. The first one says, just released Vegetarianism in America study published by the Vegetarian Times shows that 3.2% of U.S. adults, or 7.3 million people, follow a vegetarian-based diet. Approximately 0.5%, or 1 million of those, are vegans, which consume no animal products at all. Now, that was from the Vegetarian Times. I didn't have a date when this study was done, and I found a much more recent article, and in that one it said in 2009 a tiny 1% of the U.S. population reported eating vegetarian or vegan. Now 5% of the United States population is vegetarian, and half of those people are vegan. The rates have skyrocketed over the last 5 years, and studies show the rates are climbing. So why are people continuing to go veg? The reason seems to involve a mix of various factors, with the largest impact coming from how much we have learned about commercial farming and animal treatment over the last 5 years. Now, I didn't copy any of the other parts of the article except to say that that would put the current population of people who are vegetarian or vegan at 16 million, as opposed to the 7.3 million in the article above, and 70% or 79% of the people who are vegetarian or vegan are women. So what is your market? Your market is about 16 million people in the United States, and your market would be to women, because the vast majority of women, over 75%, I think that would be, well, almost 80% of the marketplace would be women who are looking for this type of product. There's your marketplace. Now, how will you go about doing the marketing? Well, once this video gets done, and again, my commitment is to get this video done sometime this coming week, I'll then send the URL. It'll be hosted up on the Global Health Makeover platform, so that you can get that video off of the Global Health Makeover platform. And Bob will most likely have it on the home page, as well as he'll have it in the video page for the Global Health Makeover website. And you can get that video there. Simple technique that you want to capture the video for anything that you find. All you need to do is learn how to do right-click and copy URL. So that's the easiest way of finding the URL behind any type of video that you see. So you can then send that. And so I just adapted a very simple email that you could send to every person in your email contact list. Subject, hey, are you interested in an easy way to get your vegetables? And the reason for the subject line as a question is whenever you ask a question, the mind typically demands an answer. So if you don't like that subject line, then write it however you want to, but try and write it as a question. And then the email would be, Dear John, or whoever the person is that you're talking to, I don't know about you, but I'm always searching for good nutritional products that can help me naturally improve my health. I just came across the YouTube video for a product called Essential Greens that makes it convenient to get my 2 to 4 servings of vegetables per day. It addresses the 5 keys to optimal health, and I thought you might be interested. Here's the link to the video. And again, this is the current link to the Core Greens video. Once I get the new Essential Greens, I would replace that. Check it out and let me know your thoughts. And then however you want to close your greeting. A very simple email that you would send out to all your family and friends. And then I would just, I wouldn't send a mass email. I would just take the time to send 10 to 15 emails on a daily basis. I don't know how large your contact list is. You know, that will, maybe it'll take you a whole month to go through your contact list, but you're doing 10 to 15 on a daily basis, which makes it manageable for you to do. Most likely it would take you less than 30 minutes of time to do that. And then take the time that all you need to do is copy and paste your email draft into the email, and then just change the name John to whoever it is you're sending it to, so that you're making sure that it's personalized to the person that you're sending that email to. And do 10 to 15 of them on a daily basis. And then see what kind of reaction that you get. Because you just don't know who that you send this to is either vegetarian or wanting to become vegetarian, or has made more of a lifestyle change that they're looking to get more vegetables into their lifestyle. You know, they're not going to give up meat, but they do want to get more vegetables into their lifestyle. Or they're looking for other ways of doing things to improve their health. You just don't know who this is going to resonate with. And I don't have a flyer, but as I was thinking and talking with our group this morning, there could be a flyer that you could develop for this. I don't know if Whole Foods would allow you to place a flyer. You know, they do have a community board. I'm sure that they have some policies for what can be put up on their community board. I've never approached Whole Foods. But even places like, I don't know, here in Chicago, we have, oh, I can see the name, but it's not, I'm not pulling it up. Oh, they're a Subway shop. That's their whole marketing campaign is that before you can even pick up the phone, they're already in your door with your order. Oh gosh. Anyways, whenever you go into any of their locations, if you walk down towards their bathrooms, they always have a community board, and you can go to places like that and post. I'm sure that Starbucks, typically, I don't go to Starbucks, but occasionally I've been in Starbucks. They typically have a community board. Again, Joe, before you post something, just go up to the manager and ask permission that you can post something. So you could create a flyer with regards to core greens. And again, have your phone number and contact information so a person could call you. I don't know what that flyer might look like. You know, I've got some ideas in my head right now because it came to me as we were talking. But again, that would be another place that you could put up in community boards. There's a lot of food stores, you know, grocery stores. When you go out the door, they typically have a community board that is plastered with different things that people are trying to sell you, and business cards and stuff. So there's a whole bunch of places that you could do what is called guerrilla marketing by developing a flyer around essential greens that you could then post in different places around your neighborhood. And again, if you're visiting a chiropractic physician and he's carrying some types of nutritional products, maybe this would be something that would be of interest to them, or a personal trainer, or I mean, the marketplace is only limited by your imagination and your ability to then go out and address, you know, market to that niche market. So again, this is not a tiny segment that we're talking about here. This is a significant market that you just need to begin the process of figuring out how to effectively communicate the message. Anyone have any thoughts or ideas or suggestions or comments or questions? Well, if no one has any comments or questions, then that's the end of my presentation for today. So unless you've got any additional comments or questions, we'll close off the call.
I'm good, Dan. Dan, thank you so much. Very helpful.
You're welcome, Bob. Alan, do you have any? Yes, go ahead.
Yeah, thank you very much for today's presentation as well.
You're welcome, Donald.
Quite enlightening.
You're welcome. Alan, I see that you have your phone open. Was there a comment or question that you wanted to ask? I guess not. Okay. Well, thank you, everyone, for your time this morning. And so everyone have a blessed Saturday. Hopefully the weather is great for you like it is here in Chicago. And we'll talk to you next Saturday. Bye now.